All right, so let's basically go over the paragraph proof and see what it says. So it says, since angle WXY is a right angle, so WXY is a right angle, then we know that because it's a right angle, that the measure of WXY equals 90 degrees by the definition of a right angle. All right, perfect. Now we know this whole thing equals 90 degrees, so by the angle addition postulate, the measure of angle WXY is actually equal to the measure of angle 2 plus the measure of angle 3. Then by substitution, instead of writing the measure of angle WXY, we know that that's equal to 90. So they can substitute 90 in for the measure of angle WXY. All right, so now we have measure of angle 2 plus the measure of angle 3 equals 90. All right, cool. Then we go to the next given information, which says that angle 1 is congruent to angle 3. So, and then we just change the format to measure of angle 1 equals the measure of angle 3, because we want to substitute measure of angle 1 in for measure of angle 3, and we can't do it when it's in this congruence format. So we have to change it to the format where there's an equal sign, and we can do that. We can go back and forth however many times we want by the definition of congruent angles. Then, using substitution, we have measure of angle 2 plus, not the measure of angle 3, we're substituting measure of angle 1 because they're the same, in for measure of angle 3, and so we have measure of angle 1 equals 90 degrees. Thus, by the definition of complementary angles, we know that those two angles equal 90 when you add them together, therefore angle 1 and angle 2 are complementary. So that is the paragraph proof. So what we need to do is write all this information into a 2-column proof right here. So we're just going to take this information step by step and just write it down here. So the first thing we're going to start is with the given information. Angle WXY is a right angle, and the reason is that it's given. Then, based off of this, we can make an equation, right? We can say that the measure of angle WXY is equal to 90 degrees by the definition of a right angle. Then, by the angle addition postulate, we can say that this big angle, measure of angle WXY, is equal to the measure of angle 2 plus the measure of angle 3 by the angle addition postulate. All right. Oh, you couldn't see that. All right. And then what do we want to do? Okay, so we have the angle addition postulate, and then we want to substitute 90 in here. Okay, so we're going to go 90 equals the measure of angle 2 plus the measure of angle 3 by substitution. Then we want to take in this other piece of given information here. Angle 1 is congruent to angle 3, which is what they did. So angle 1 is congruent to angle 3, that is given, and then we change the format. Measure of angle 1 is equal to the measure of angle 3 by the definition of congruent angles. And then we're just going to substitute. So instead of angle 3, we're going to put angle 1 there. So we have 90 degrees equals the measure of angle 2 plus the measure of angle 1. And that is substitution. And then when we see that two angles added together, when you add them together, they get 90, we know that angle 1 and angle 2 are complementary. By the definition of complementary angles. So there you have it. There we had a paragraph and we changed it into a 2-column proof. All right, we will see you in a little bit for example 4.